Alright, what's going on everybody? It's Sam from Maryna Bet. In this video I'll be doing my card predictions for UFC 272, Covington versus Masvidal. Not going to be full card predictions. I'll mainly talk about the bets that I'm taking. Also going to quickly cover those fights that I'm not betting, just so you guys know. And if you're interested in the full card breakdowns, I'll add comments later on to this video, so make sure that you come back often to the video. And I'll also make a video after the weightings talking about the prop bets and whatnot, especially to my patrons there, showing my appreciation to you guys. Keep supporting the channel. And I know that you guys like to hear that and like the lock of the night and top 2 parlay discussion. I'll try to add that too, even though this is a very tricky card to bet in my opinion. So let's get into it, guys. Not in order. Sergey Spivak versus Greg Hardy. Picking Spivak but betting Hardy. You guys gonna hear a lot in this card. Picking one guy but betting the other. I'll explain in the breakdowns. Mariya Agapova versus Maryna Moroz. Picking Agapova and betting Moroz. Actually, let me add this one here. It's actually a very interesting card to make for this type of things, because I'm picking one and betting the other. So let me just fix this one. So Kevin Holland versus Alex Oliveira, picking Holland but not betting. Jailin Turner versus Jamie Mullarkey, picking Turner and betting Mullarkey. Canadian Zechukwu versus Nicolae and Negumereanu. I'm picking Canadian Zechukwu. Actually, this one I'm betting him. So let me update this one real quick, as this was a late decision. Let me just adjust this one. I think you can get actually him at 1.7 in regular odds. It's minus 135, minus 140 in American odds. Bryson Mitchell versus Edson Barboza, picking Mitchell and betting Barboza. Devonte Smith versus Ludovit Klein, picking Smith but betting Klein. Colby Covington versus Jorge Masvidal, picking Covington but betting Masvidal. Let's go, guys. This is gonna be a very big card, so let me try to explain my thoughts with you guys, but I don't want to extend this too much. As always, feel free to jump into my Patreon. You can ask me your questions, and I'm very happy to answer you there, right? So between Mariya Agapova and Maryna Moroz, guys, it's a tricky one. Agapova, before her last fight, she was, a kamikaze in there, going forward, fighting, to her with her life for one round, and she guessed, and then, she either finished her opponent or gets finished or slowed down really a lot. In her last fight, she paced herself. She looked good against Mazo using that massive range, her well-rounded skill set. She's fighting Maryna Moroz here, which is a well-rounded fighter herself. I like Moroz. She's good, with the stand-up, good with the grappling. The problem that Moroz has that I'm not sure, guys, why, but she has this tendency to throw half punches, miss a lot. She throws a lot to the air, then she doesn't commit to her punches. Something like it seems to me that she's probably afraid to get hit back, or she's trying to be too technical and doesn't actually commit to things. This makes it very tricky to bet this one. You can, in my opinion, you shouldn't bet Agapova as minus 200. She is something like that. It's very tricky. She's really unproven. Moroz is the more technical fighter overall, and if Maryna Moroz actually sits on her punches and use a more, tenacious approach, let's say, she definitely has chances to win this fight. I would argue that she's a favorite. The problem that Moroz repeatedly showed that she doesn't actually come for war. She doesn't come actually. Like I said, she doesn't quite commit and all of that. So I don't know. It's quite tricky to bet her. But in my opinion, the best bet here is Moroz by decision. Because it's not going to be easy to finish Agapova, especially Moroz finishing Agapova. It's quite difficult to see, but you can definitely see Moroz winning by decision if she fights smart, if she clinches a lot, commits better to the punches and whatnot. All right, so definitely dog or pass in my opinion, and especially Moroz by decision, guys. Probably the best bet there. Devonte Smith versus Ludovit Klein, another interesting one. Smith, super athletic, long guy for the division. Probably has 76 inches and being 5'9" is really insane. And the guy's athletic, he's powerful, and he's a striker, but tough to take down, very athletic again, and has skills to defend takedowns and get back up. Ludovit Klein, a very technical kickboxer, well-rounded fighter, good in the clinch, good at the takedowns and the grappling. Klein was fighting as a featherweight in the UFC, then he's moving up to a lightweight here, which is a big factor, guys. Smith's gonna have the 6 inches advantage over Klein, probably 1 inch in height. This is probably the biggest factor here, guys. Smith is fast and he's powerful. Klein is more technical, but man, for him to win here, he has to be smart. He has to no slip, get inside, wear on Smith, then land on the break, keep pushing the pace. Make Smith get tired, dig him deep, use his experience, and then grapple more, which is not gonna be easy. Klein likes to use much more his kickboxing than anything else. So this is a matchup that favors Smith quite a bit. The odds are showing that. But then there was money coming on Klein. I got some bets with Klein at plus 160. But now Klein is at plus 130. I still think there's value on Klein because I think he can fight smart, and win. But again, it's a tricky one, guys. At these odds, it's very tricky to bet. I'm still going Klein, but rather than that, I think it would be a pass. But I'm picking Smith by TKO. I think Smith definitely has more chances for the finish. Again, Klein by decision here, probably the best bet, even though Smith can be finished, so this makes it tricky. But in my opinion, for Klein to win, he has to fight smart. Obviously, he can find a clean shot, put Smith out. He has a technique, has the kicks, especially for that. He's a way better kicker than Smith, But we'll see what happens because Smith has the height, has the reach. If Klein tries to kick too much, he starts getting countered by a heavy hitter and powerful fast guys in Smith. Not going to be fun. So tricky one. Definitely dog or pass, but again, I'm going Smith by knockout here. And probably the best bet here, Klein by decision. Manon Fiorot versus Jailin was moved out. Kenan Zechuku versus Negumereanu. This is fairly interesting and not easy, not difficult to predict. Those two guys, move forward, the best moving forward. Negumereanu starts faster. Kenan Zechuku is known to start slow. He starts getting hit. He used it to wear incredible amount of damage and not getting finished. Then he got finished by what's the name of the Korean guy again? I forgot. But I don't think Negumereanu can finish in Zechuku. Negumereanu has power, but it's not like he's a big guy or super sharp. Actually, Negumereanu lacks technique. He's quite sloppy in there. He has power. He's a big guy. 205 pounds, swinging. Obviously, he can put people out, but not that he has super sharp technique or accuracy. And Zechuku has proven himself a little bit better. Obviously, he was wearing a lot of damage. There, at some point, his chin would crack. I'm not sure if actually it cracked for good or he got caught in there and then he can actually be a little bit smarter here and still wear some damage. I think he can still wear damage. That's why I think and Zechuku going to be able to weather the storm and do what he does, then push forward after and ultimately finish Negumereanu. So I'm going Zechuku by knockout, and I have some small bet on him, obviously, to be careful, but I think the value is in Zechuku here. Jailin Turner versus Jamie Mullarkey, another very interesting one. Turner, massive for the lightweight division, the man is very tall and super sharp striking. And the Mullarkey, another big guy for the division, 6 feet tall Mullarkey, long himself, obviously not the same length as Turner, but big guy, long himself, very round, very tough. Mullarkey likes to get inside, swing, and then take it to the ground. He will try, Let's see if he gets knocked out on the way or gets submitted. Turner has good skills from his back too, has good guillotine, good, chokes. Can go, obviously, like from his back, like triangle arm bars, whatever. But, yeah, man, I was back and forth here. I think this is nearly a pick-em fight. I agree Turner being a small favorite because he has more chances for the finish. And at his best, the man is super dangerous with those knees, with that lance is incredible. But I think Jamie Mullarkey is the guy to beat him. Mullarkey gonna move forward, gonna swing. He has power. Turner was finished before, so Mullarkey can crack. He can hurt Turner, take it to the ground. So don't be surprised if you see Jamie Mullarkey winning here. At this odds, guy, in my opinion, dog or pass. If you caught Turner at minus 120, minus 125, probably was a good bet. Now Turner at minus 150, minus 160, I think it's quite tricky. I'm going Mullarkey, given the odds. But again, I can obviously lose here. Turner finishes Mullarkey quickly, but I do believe Mullarkey is a tough guy, and if you're betting Mullarkey, as I am, you're definitely putting your money on a guy that's going to come forward and know what he's doing there, right? So let's see how this goes. Bryce Mitchell versus Edson Barboza, another very interesting one. Mitchell, very tough guy, you know. I'm a fan of this guy, as I'm a fan of Edson Barboza. Two very tough guys, very different styles. Mitchell, you know, used to be a pure grappler. He developed decent wrestling, you know, very deep single with body locks and trips, and pretty evolving quite well his stand-up game using good leg kicks and straight punches. Edson Barboza, the opposite, known as a ferocious striker, incredible leg kicks, those spinning stuff that he did, very fast and athletic. And a striker by nature, but tried to develop his grappling. Not a bad grappler, but doesn't use much in his fights. He can time a power double. He has the speed for that and the athleticism, but he avoids it because he doesn't want to gas. You know, he wants to keep it standing. Edson Barboza is very tough to take down, guys. He's tough to hold down. Bryce Mitchell will get inside and try. Man, I don't know. I think if Edson Barboza is able actually to start landing on Mitchell, you know, find a clean shot. Mitchell is super tough. He'll keep pushing, but I think Barboza has a decent chance to win. You know, keep winning the stand-up strike battle and avoiding the takedowns. You know, Mitchell he has a style that actually it's good to beat Barboza because Mitchell is aggressive. He gets in your face and shoots, so you can definitely make a case for Mitchell here. Much younger, right? Tough guy, never been finished. Never, I think it was never finished, probably, or maybe he got subbed a couple of times, but still, I don't think Barboza is going to finish him unless he finds a very clean spinning kick or something like that, you know, like a giant strike. But Mitchell is tough, he's going to grind this one. But Barboza is tough too, you know, he's a big featherweight, and he's going to be ready. You know, he knows what Mitchell is doing, you know, his coaches know, and he's going to be ready. He'll try to land those nasty kicks. He's going to try to land hard on Mitchell to earn his respect. I think Edson Barboza can win this fight, guys, but again, another tricky one. To me, dog or pass, but I can be wrong here. Obviously, Mitchell can, you know, get in Barboza's face and start doing damage and then dominating from top. Barboza doesn't like getting hit. Everybody knows that. He was knocked out before. He wears damage and all of that. So, man, I don't know. Probably the smartest stuff would be to pass here, but I'm going Barboza. Let's see how this goes, right? I'm betting Barboza, but picking Mitchell, okay? Kevin Holland versus Alex Oliveira. This is another tricky one. Holland coming down to welterweight. Man, I'm quite interested to see how he looks in the weightings. Probably he's gonna look incredibly big, you know, but he's fighting another very big and powerful Oliveira, very long guy. You know, Holland incredibly long, was very long for middleweight. Now it's gonna be really interesting to see that. But Holland and super tough, you know, striking. The man can finish anybody, especially on the welterweight division. You know, actually I should say he could finish anybody in the middleweight, but definitely can finish anybody in the welterweight division. The problem that Holland has is the takedown defense. Not much as a takedown defense, but playing from his back. You know, he has some skills in there, but he doesn't quite do much. You know, he accepts the takedowns and stays from his back. Whereas, you know, Oliveira actually could do that, could push the pace, you know, get inside, take him down and try to play a grappling fight style, you know. He'll probably try, but it's not much his thing. Oliveira actually is more of a brawler, that physical guy that brawls and then takes it to the ground just to finish. You know, even though I'm curious to see Oliveira implementing an interesting game plan here. Maybe Oliveira by decision, guys, is the best bet. The reason is Kevin Holland is nearly impossible to finish, you know, especially by strikes. So, which makes me to think that Oliveira applying a decent game plan, he has decent chances, right? So, to me, another one, dog or pass. For now, I'm passing, but I may bet Oliveira here. Actually, I'm updating this now, guys. Sorry, I copied this one over and didn't have. I think I had Holland as a 60% favor. Let me go back here because this is an actually interesting one. I have Holland as 65% favorite, but I have Oliveira like 20% by decision. Yeah, definitely the best bet is Oliveira by decision here. And by my calculations, Holland would be minus 200, whereas Oliveira plus 185. So to me, the bet is on Oliveira, even though obviously Holland gonna be gigantic in there, and he has more chances for the finishing here. Okay, I won't fix this one, but you guys got the idea. Sergey Spivak versus Greg Hardy. This one was in there or not? This was not in here, I think. Oh, no, it was the first one, yeah. So this is another tricky one, guys. I think everybody expected Spivak gonna take this to the ground and dominate Hardy. People expected Hardy gonna guess all of that, which is the right expectation. I agree, but I think Hardy gonna surprise many people here. I think this guy is a legit fighter. He's definitely a legit athlete. I think he's a legit fighter. This guy's committed to his career. You can see by his Instagram, he's posting pictures of, like low caloric food and all of that. I think he hears the critics. He's trying to be his best. This guy has incredible athletic potential and incredible power. He's a giant heavyweight. So, man, definitely dogger pass here. I think my biggest bet here is probably on Greg Hardy. Let me see. Yeah, I have... I think easily can go like 1.25 units on Greg Hardy. So I will switch to this one to 1.25 units on Greg Hardy. Right, so it's my biggest bet. I believe that Greg Hardy can win this fight, even though I think Spivak has a little bit more chances. Again, given that Hardy will guess after the first, won't know what to do from his back. Obviously, you can expect Spivak lands heavy ground and pound, sets up a choke type of thing. But I don't know. I think Hardy can surprise. He can definitely find a clean shot. He has power, and I think he will be smart in there, defend takedowns, and be a live dog in there, basically. Okay. Rafael Fiziev versus Rafael dos Anjos. Unfortunately, canceled for the second time. I bet quite nicely RDA on the first fight in a 5-round fight. It would be amazing to bet RDA. And the second, I still thought that RDA had value, but again, unfortunately, canceled. Now we have RDA versus Moicano. I don't have the breakdown yet. Even though by my memory, which is quite fresh, because Moicano also fought recently. Guys, Moicano, he's the longer guy in there, so this makes fairly tricky for RDA, but RDA is an aggressive fighter, likes to get to your face, using kicks to get inside and pushing the pace, taking it to the ground. Moicano probably is very happy to welcome him to the ground, but maybe not from his back, So this is a fairly tricky, Moicano versus RDA, right? Because, RDA, I think the odds are right there. RDA probably minus 150 favors the right price, but very tricky to bet, probably. Because RDA also seems to have more chance for the finish, even though Moicano is a finisher himself. Yeah, maybe that one goes the distance, but yeah, it's a very tricky one. I think the odds are right to that one, which just makes very, very difficult to call and to bet. So Jorge Masvidal versus Colby Covington. Awesome fight, guys. This is probably the real bad MTF. What was the name of the belt there? This is another one, right? It's easy to break this down, right? Covington is a bad MTF. The man will move forward, get to the face, grind, take it to the ground, and keep pushing. His cardio is, I think, it's the best cardio the world has ever seen in a fighter. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the best cardio that I have ever seen. I think Covington will do what he does. Even though Masvidal, I'm a big fan of this guy. I think everybody's a fan of Masvidal, right? Probably one of my favorite fighters in there. The man is technical. He's tough. He does everything. When you don't expect him to, he finds flying knees and Superman punches, and the man is legit. He is super technical everywhere. Excellent takedown defense. Good from his back. Good wrestler. Great grappler. So Masvidal is complete. The question is, can he keep up with the pace? Is basically the question, right? Which is not going to be easy, guys. Masvidal, I think he retired. He didn't. He's coming back, probably mostly for money, which probably, of course, he's right to do it. And I'm sure that he's training hard. He's going to try to be at his best. But I think Covington, man, that pace is insane. If Masvidal can finish him early, which he has decent chances, right? With, again, flying knees, guillotine, he can definitely find those, especially in the first round. So I feel like Masvidal would say first round, even though Masvidal by decision, you never know, Covington, he's an excellent wrestler, but Masvidal has excellent takedown defense. They're about the same size, guys. Covington always fought as a welterweight, whereas Masvidal many years ago was lightweight, so you can make a case for Covington being bigger and stronger. But again, guys, Colby is not the biggest welterweight, but he definitely makes up with the pace. So, I don't know. Basically, anything can happen here, right? But by chances, I would say Covington by decision, the safest pick. Then I would say Masvidal round 1 as an interesting bet. Rather than that, fight go the distance, probably. Even Masvidal by decision, because not easy to finish Covington. The man has a chin, the man has the heart to keep pushing, and unless he nearly dies in there, he's not going to go out, all right? So this will do for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, stay tuned for the comments in this video for the rest of the breakdowns. Also, obviously, feel free to join my Patreon. I have 2 tiers, and in there, obviously, feel free to tell me your questions. Let me know how I can help you guys. You guys have for $10. Basically, I try to release earlier, but not necessarily always. Sometimes I put some comments in there with some suggestions when the good lines, the early lines come on. So you can definitely take it there. Plus, the people give me suggestions, I adjust to them. So you can support the channel, show your appreciation for only $10. And for 50, it's the ultimate package where you guys have line by line of the bets that I'm taking. So you could just basically use that to your advantage. All right. So that will do for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Send from the other the best, most consistent and transparent strategy for you.